Here's where the Nordstrom rack used to be here in downtown, and check it out. It's officially closed. Just a shell of what it once was. Look at that empty store in there. In this dying San Francisco downtown. Nothing. Nothing. Welcome to San Francisco Shopping Centre, founded here in 1988. Actually, I remember when it was first founded, when this place first opened. So check it out. We're here on a beautiful Sunday. It's pretty hot today. But this is probably our last visit that we're ever going to make here at the San Francisco Shopping Mall because, well, it's closing down. This place is closing down, the flagship mall. So say goodbye to where you're going to hang out during the holidays and when you're in downtown doing some shopping. But the Nordstrom closed here first, then they lost their lease. Westfield decided to call it quits. But here it is. The dying San Francisco downtown shopping center one last time. You used to be able to take these Nordstrom express elevators all the way up to Nordstrom. Let's see where they take us now that Nordstrom is closed. Go. Where this elevator goes, nobody knows. Well, look at that, it's still open. Nordstrom is still here for who knows how long, but at least for now, it's still open. There's still people here shopping, walking around, buying stuff. And yeah, looks like it's still doing okay in the interim time frame. But who knows? Before you know it, this place will be gone, just like the Nordstrom rack. Good old San Francisco Shopping Center. And Nordstrom. When I was a kid, I was really fascinated with this place. Friends and I would always come and hang out here and loiter, basically. Cause a bunch of trouble, but it'll be sad that this place is soon leaving. Where all those kids go? Haha. But check it out, it's still out here for now. The San Francisco Shopping Center and Nordstrom. Up here on the top floor of the Nordstrom. So Nordstrom took up 4 floors. Actually, there was a 5th one, I think, of this building here. Okay, and now that we've gone to the 4th floor by escalator, look, we did find something. A barren shell of what it once was and eventually going to be. The empty Nordstrom has started right here, starting with the top floor, probably because it's a little bit unsightly. They don't want to do this yet to the lower floors, but if you check it out, you know, kids wear, kids shoes, all gone, right? This area is closed. Okay, the area is closed off from kids. Over here, we had some other stuff here. Some empty racks, probably gonna go on sale soon for those of you who are in the retail business. You can take your pickings here. This home goods section here, home, okay, also gonna be gone. Employees only beyond this point. Home section now consolidated. Area is closed. And over here, blockaded by all these big shelves, bookcases. You know, nothing much to see here. Maybe some mannequins. Some mannequins, some racks. You still got this desk right here. And the restaurant right here, Basil. Basil seems to be still open. Who knows what will happen in the future with this place. But for now, it seems like it's still open. And with an uncertain future, right? Basil. Eat here while you still can. In other parts of the mall here, we're 1 floor below the Nordstrom. We can already see the economy tickets toll here. We've got some empty shops. Empty shops, empty shops. And, you know, still some, still fairly occupied except for some of these stores right here, like this one right here. I don't even remember what it was. But if you just take a look here, there are several empty ones right here. Just boarded up, you know, with a paper over it. Take a look inside. Yeah, I don't want to say I know what the store used to be, but I can kind of guess. But if you look here, all empty. Over here also, another empty one. Okay. So yeah, that's the state of affairs here at the San Francisco Shopping Mall. We're now on the 2nd floor from the ground floor of the mall. And we can see that most of the stores are still open, all right? We've got American Eagle over here. We got Aerie over here. We got Hollister over here. But if we go to this side here, You can see that we got some vacancies. Right, this is where it starts looking a little bit hairy here. Stores that were once bustling with people and life, now empty. Empty and papered up. This could have been like Abercrombie or something, I'm not sure. But we've got some vacancies here. We've got this other one right here, Psycho Bunny. With this paper covering it, but it is a vacancy. Right? But for the most part, it's pretty occupied still. Back on the ground floor now, and I think this used to be Abercrombie. Yeah, it's been closed down early before the shutdown of the mall. But most of the places are still intact. There's another vacancy over here to the left of the Ted Baker store. Over here. Probably a clothing store or something. Here's where the Razor store is actually. For those gamers out there who are interested. But yeah, there's a vacancy here. That Abercrombie vacancy earlier. Some of the stuff they've already decided to shut down, like this electronic directory here. All right, that's off. And if you go to this side here, it's not only is it off, it's experiencing a Windows error. Okay, Windows blue screen error. Okay, so that one's definitely done for. And finally, one more vacancy right here. As we move on to downstairs, let's check out what downstairs looks like. The food court. See if that's doing any better. We're now downstairs at the food court. That store is closed. I think that was Abercrombie. This Mrs. Fields is empty. But we still got Lids and we still got Miniso. Right? Miniso, all these low-cost places. Still got Panda Express and some food places. But there's an empty one over there. Forgot what that was. And if we move on here to the other side, near the Lego store side, over here we also have some empty spots here. Empty spots. So yeah, this is the slow decay of the mall over here. Over here, Savion Suites, that's closed down. And let's walk over to the new side now, the Bloomingdale side, and see how that's doing. Food court on this side, the Emporium side, seems to be doing okay with the exception of whatever this was here. This Shake Shack here actually didn't open too long ago, and I think that will continue to have some business as this thing goes down. But this over here used to be Amazon Go Store. So Amazon tried to open a Go Store here. And then sometime before the pandemic it shut down, or maybe during the pandemic it shut down. So that's gone. But we have a variety of these little booths, these food stands in the food court where there was once something, but looks like they didn't make it. We can see here there's an empty spot. You know, we can see over here, empty spot, and some other empty spots down here. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the Bloomingdale's. It could also fold. Who knows, right? There was at some point an attempt to open one of those VR gaming places in this spot over here. And I remember this, they just opened right before the pandemic. And of course, it closed down when no one could go out to have fun. But this hasn't been doing well ever since the inception here. But you take a look here, looks like there's an empty location. And but the food court still looks like has a lot of activity, you know. So most of the restaurants here are still intact, with the exception of those little booths that we saw in the middle over there. But you know, you can still get your Koja Kitchen, your Pink Tea Shop, your Charlie's sub, Philly's cheesesteak sandwich. And you know, it is a little bit light for a holiday weekend, but I would say most of the stuff here is still operational. Oh, here on the Bloomingdale side, most of the stores seem intact except for a couple of vacancies, one right there next to the Coach store and another one over there in the distance. But you know, this building was always pretty magnificent looking. We're gonna go through the floors one by one and see what we see. Alright, this digital sign is deactivated, but we're gonna head all the way up there to what I think is the remnants of the Century Theater, which closed there recently. Heading up the escalator. Hopefully we can get a glimpse of the Dome before it closes down forever as well. The Dome was always a cool little area where they had the Christmas tree. But here we are, we're coming up on the second floor of the Bloomingdale side of the mall here. So yeah, this is it. Zara. We've got most of the stores here that are pretty active. Okay, just a couple of vacancies in this hallway area here. But a lot of people today, given that it is a holiday weekend. Alright, we got this Liyuan place that's closed. We got a couple of storefronts here in the hallway between the two sides, the two wings. They're also closed. We have this huge store here that is closed now. I don't remember what this was. I think it was the Microsoft store. If I'm not mistaken, there used to be a Microsoft store here. So much for that. That didn't do so well, right? Tried to copy the style of the Apple store. Okay, here we are. We're getting into the more vacant areas here as we move on to the third floor of this mall. You can see that in the distance. On the third floor now, and we can see things are starting to get a little hairy. They got quite a few more vacancies here. You know, they put the paper over it to make it look fancy, but we know the truth that there's nothing behind those closed doors, and there probably won't be for quite some time. But if we go down the hallway here for the third floor, we can see there's quite a few vacancies over here on the right, covered up with paper or shades, and nothing. And if we go around the little rotunda here, we can see here that we also have a few more vacancies, like this door with this neat looking door, pretty cool looking wooden door. Don't know what that was. And in the distance we had the Zara, and in the distance a couple more empty storefronts right there. And now we are on the fourth floor of the mall, and it looks more like the Museum of Modern Art than it does the shopping mall, with all these white walls over here. But we can see whatever was here is long gone. Over there used to be some high-end restaurants. Okay, also gone. And let me take you through to the Dome area. Okay, the very well-known and famous Dome area. But as we head our way there, we can see here not many stores up here. Okay, and it's always been that way actually for quite some time, even before COVID, I believe. But if we come over here to where the Dome is, you know, this beautiful Dome area where they would celebrate during the Christmas time by hanging one of the Christmas trees here upside down. You know, it's actually a very lovely dome, and I think they restored it not too many years ago. But just walking over here, you know, nothing but emptiness. Okay, empty store after empty store, no restaurants either. There used to be some restaurants on this floor as well. And we can see that basically there's nothing left here. There used to be a restaurant over there, closed down a while ago. Over here, empty. Alright, and if we go here in this direction towards the movie theater, okay, let me show you guys. Over here there used to be a very fancy little event venue. Okay, there used to be a co-working space here. I think it was called Bespoke Co-working Space. And this was their little event venue. You can tell all the modern design. It looks pretty neat with all the wood and everything. But this has been long closed. Screens long turned off. Right, and over on the other side, that's actually where they used to have the offices. Let me go walk over there and see if that still exists. But yeah, this was the little convention event center. Okay, over there is where the offices used to be. It looks like they've changed their name now to something called Fully. Okay, but yeah, this is the Bespoke office. Here it is, the Westfield management office for Bespoke. And if we take a look over here, I think they used to have a lot of offices here. I don't know if it's still in operation. It looks like there's still some desks and stuff. But this was once one of the high-end co-working spaces here. Pretty pricey if I'm not mistaken. If you take a look over here, it says Bespoke on the wall, against the wall here, co-working. And yeah, that is the remains of the Bespoke co-working offices for all your startups, of which there probably aren't as many now than there used to be. But if we walk over here, yeah, that's what the windows look like. That could just be for privacy, not necessarily that it is closed. But inside is where the Bespoke offices once were. As we make our way around back to the Rotunda. We're making our way now to our final destination, the movie theater. Okay, the Century Theater, which sits atop the San Francisco Shopping Mall, which has just recently closed. If you take a look here, it is closed. It has closed. There's nothing left here. This is where you used to walk right in without any ticket. They'll check the tickets inside, but you used to be able to come in here, get your popcorn, get your sodas, and hang out and walk into one of these theaters to the hallway where the theaters are. But check this out. This is the empty, now dead Century Theater. Okay, with all the way that the movie box office is going these days, it's no surprise, right? All these movies are bombing now. Digital theater turned off, cameras turned off, and all these boxes here getting ready to be shipped to who knows where, right? But yeah, this is it. You guys, we can even see here, we got the fancy seats right here. Saving the fancy seats for maybe another theater. And yeah, goodbye to this theater. Is one of the nicer ones, actually. I think it was pricier too, but this was always one of the nicer ones here in SF. If you head through this, the counter area here, where you get the concession stand. Moving around the backside here, looks like they've emptied out everything here, the registers and so forth. Yeah, there's nothing here right now. Maybe some, are these kegs, beer kegs? But we can walk around here. I'm not gonna try the theater, all right? I'll let you urban adventurers do that. But take a look here. This is where the Starcade used to be, the arcade. And look, there's still some machines here. Cool. Oh, but it looks like they've actually been torn up, some of these. But yeah, look at this dirty drive-in machine here. It's actually been torn up. DDE, right? Is it DDR, DDE? Dance Dance Revolution. And look at these games here. They're all torn up. Just pieces. Leftovers of what they once used to be. Somebody grabbed the guns and had fun with it. But yeah, that's the Starcade. Alright, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Kelvin Trek, and as we take a last glimpse at the San Francisco shopping mall before it closes, and of course the Century Theater, which has already closed. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.